Good day, lords and ladies, and welcome to Battle Brothers Warriors of the North DLC. Now, this is going to be my third time trying to record the first episode. Both previous times, the RNG gods have turned against me and have literally killed me the moment I've tried to play. So, let's see if we can actually get it done the third time, shall we? So, new campaign. These are the company origins, these are basically the background to your campaign. The first two are your standard, like the one we're all familiar with. Then you have a new company, which is basically a quick start version of the standard format. Then you've got Peasant Militia, which is basically you start as a ragtag militia group, and you get particular boons and benefits. The primary of these is that you start with a 12-man you start with 12 men poorly equipped peasants. You can go up to 16 and have a full roster of 25. The downside of this, though, is that you can't hire anyone who isn't from a low-born peasant class or role. So it's going to be interesting. So we won't have any people like battle masters or sword masters or anything like that, because they won't join our merry band of maniacs. Then we've got poachers, which is unlike peasant militia here, if the one skull is a two skull, so it's considered to be a slightly hard start. You start with 3 experts woodsmen. You move faster. You can always get a scouting report of any enemy near you, which is always nice, especially for checking out ruins. You carry less items in your company inventory because you travel lightly. So that's the payoff. Beasts. You and your men make a living by hunting down many beasts that beset villages on the fringe of civilization. It's dangerous work, but it pays well enough. You start with 3 beast slayers with decent equipment and with some trophies from killing previous contracts. You could see tracks from further away. You get a 25% increase in chance to drop an additional trophy every time you slay a beast, which is very nice. But you are basically hated, which means that you get 10% worse prices for stuff. Trading caravans. You're running small trading caravan and have the most crown invested in trading goods, but the roads become dangerous. Brigands and greenskins lay an ambush, and there are rumours of even worse things out there. So we start with this 2 caravan hands. You start with 2 caravan hands in your employ. You get a 10% better price for buying and selling, but you start with no renown, and renown grows at half the normal rate, which is a bit painful, to be honest. Deserters. And the name really explains it for itself. You basically desert from a noble human faction, and you need to get out of Dodge. Start with 3 deserters and decent armor, but low funds, and a noble house that wants to hunt you down, which is not fantastic, because you're going to have to be constantly on the move unless they've overhauled the mechanics for that. Your men are always first to act in the very first round of combat. We've got cultists. Davkul cultists. Davkul awaits. You will lead a small flock of devoted to the Elder God, and it's time to spread the word. You start with a group of 4 cultists with poor equipment. More cultists may flock to you for free. Sacrifices. Davkul will occasionally demand sacrifices from you, but will bestow boons upon you for those loyal to him. That's interesting. Northern Raiders. For all your adult life, you've been raiding and pillaging these lands, but with the local peasantry poor as mice, you may want to finally expand into a more profitable field of mercenary work. That is, if the potential employers are willing to forgive your past transgressions. Start with 3 experienced barbarians. Start with bad relations with most human factions. Pillagers, you have a higher chance to get any item from an enemy slain as loot. And then the most challenging one out of all of them, the Lone Wolf campaign. You have been travelling alone for a long time, taking part in tournaments and sparring with young nobles. A head knight tall as a tree, you never needed anybody before. It's true still. You start with a single experienced head knight with great equipment but low funds. Can never have more than 12 men in your roster. If your head knight dies, the campaign ends. So this is more like character driven, like this guy here is your main character, and if he dies, it's all over. Interesting. I fancy going with the cultist because ever since I heard about these guys, it sounds very interesting. We are going to be known as the Cult of Kurno. We take this banner here. It looks nice, very culty. We do random late game crisis to start off with. Here's our seed. Now, last 2 attempts I have made, I tried playing on the veteran difficulty combat setting, and RNG has literally destroyed me through no fault of my own, which I don't particularly like, to be honest. And since I actually want to show off the content, I am just going to put it on beginner difficulty. I basically had a fight where I sort of won. There was like, I outnumbered them by about like 4 other things, and I just could not, like, I barely hit them at all, even with like 65% chances to hit, which is not particularly fantastic. And I've played enough Battle Brothers to know that like the RNG in this game can be really brutal no matter what you do. So I'm just going to put it on beginner to combat difficulty, and just to show off the content of this game, because there is a lot, and I don't want to limit it behind a wall of difficulty, especially when I want to show off the new origins, especially the cult stuff, which is supposed to be very interesting. So we've got to go combat for beginner, economy for beginner. We've got to have medium starting funds to compensate for the lower combat beginner thing, and we're going to have Iron Man switched off in case we have any files, any file corruption issues or anything like that, because I want to be able to make backups. Violated. I put the woman and child in the barn, which you have surely already found in ashes. They were knocked unconscious, for he does not seek their pain. Please do not dwell upon their demise. They are with him now, and in their passing I have been freed of all obligations to do what I must be done. By now I will be gone. I will have taken up a new role, a new face, and beneath both I will become something I am not. I will pretend, I will act, but in the end it is for one purpose, and you know what that purpose is. I must not name it, but you shall find it in the moments when you realize no one is truly believes they are going to die. The purity of one's annihilation must be clouded by distraction and merriment. Not all can see him, not all should, but see him they will. Be well, strangers, that you have become, for Davkul awaits us all. Davkul awaits. So, here's our very merry band of maniacs, and let's check out where we are. And okay, I'm going to say this right now. Something I've noticed with this current piece of DLC is that in the 3 starts that I've done today for this, in the first 2, which both times they got annihilated by day 2 because of RNG, one of the factions has always been massively tiny. Like, the first one was basically something like this size for free. The second one only had two settlements to the faction's name. So I don't know. There's something going on. Maybe something's been tweaked, but this is definitely smaller than the last one. So the factions are House Horn, always thirsty, disdain for their ruthless brutality and greed. House Horn have little interaction with other noble houses. So this is basically like a robber nobles, like ruthlessly crushing people. House Austin holds high the principles of justice and honor. Reputation may be peaceful, but House Austin's knights of battle hardened, and their troops will ferociously fight anyone threatening their realm, subordinates or principals. Many nobles envy their wealth. House Horn especially holds a more or less overt grudge against House Austin. This is interesting. Normally, you can tell if the factions when you first start have clear hostility in the description. I normally find that a faction like the Human Civil War is normally the first event to fire. House Stanwell. Beware the wolf. Most members of House Stanwell live secluded behind thick doors and barred windows. Other noble houses mainly avoid contact to House Stanwell, as guests may be greeted with open arms as well as crossbow bolts. Okay, so they have this fact. So they're the people that basically uphold justice and order, and they've got 3 holdings, which isn't great. 2 of them are castles, so one's a fortress and one's a castle, and the other one's a little village. Yeah, small fishing village. These guys are the robber barons, which isn't great because they seem to have quite a lot of territory. And then you've got these guys up in the north, who probably had to deal with barbarians and all that jazz. So, first off, let's look at our guys. First one, Conrad. Standard setup, average at best. Wolf the Lost. He's dexterous, so he's got an additional melee skills, so he's not too bad. Neither of these have anything in fatigue, unfortunately. He's got range defense and range skill, so I might actually switch him into a range unit. We've got Sivan the Brave. He's brave. He's got range skill as well. 3 ticks and range skill and range defense. And his melee skill isn't great. I may turn him into actually a range unit. And we've got Winehard, who has bleed, which is not too bad. But his stats are meddlesome at best. He's going to be a sealed one if they can help it. Right. As I said, if you want characters to be in this campaign, please leave it in the comment section below with a character name or your name if you want to use your name. What do we have? Marketplace. Our guys have got like no clothing either. If you can see, they've got one's naked, besides basically probably his long johns. This guy's got something that's 20 armor. This guy's got something that's 20 armor. So yeah, we need to get them gear. So first off the bat, is there any? We're going to need to grab some food because we've got low supplies of food. Let's hire someone. Who do we have? We've only got 2 choices, and one is a fisherman. Okay. I haven't got enough money to try anybody out. He's bloodthirsty, which is nice, but he has no melee weapons and he's lucky. Okay. Got a sling, which is a new staff sling, which was one of the new weapons added with DLC. Doesn't require ammunition, so I'm going to grab that. Got to grab the spear. That. You can have that and that. You have that. Like, you're just not good for anything, really, to be honest. To the extent where I may just... I'm going to give you the... Because spears give a bonus to hit. 20% chance to hit with a spear, which means he's better at hitting. You can have that. Battle whips are interesting. So we'll give him that. You need to have a helmet of some kind. You can have the peasant sackcloth clothing. And we are really... I mean, it's not a great start, folks. Not gonna lie. Okay, so I'm gonna run to here and get ourselves some backup. So, first things first, we can't afford a single person. Because they are massively out of our league. My goodness me. We wouldn't actually be able to hire any of these guys if we went with the Melissa background, by the way. What's he? He's a rat catcher, so we might be able to afford him. Average. He's not bad, but he's very average. We still don't have any gear. Because for us... Oh, sorry, I just hit my microphone. My apologies. For a start, we need armor of some kind. So, he can go grab that one. You can afford that, so we'll grab that. There are no shields here, which is worrisome, and I don't see... Oh, there's an armor smith. But his shields are so expensive. Paint removal. Grab a bit more food. Got gear, but I just can't afford any of it. Grab a bit more head protection. So what's his armor like? 88. Okay. You can have that. You can have that. Have that to cover your head. It's a pretty rough start, I will admit. I'm going to run up here because I need to try and... I really need to get some more guys. At least some shields. Nobleman's selling any shields. Cotus Hood. I'll grab the Cotus Hood. We've got a Mason. Or a Butcher. The Butcher's more money up front, but his wages are cheaper. But right now, just hiring people is an issue for me, so I'm just going to grab this bloke. He's actually good. Like, just straight up good. So... You can have... the mask. You can have the hood. Gotta grab the max. I don't need a buckler, but I know what I'm going to do. Because his skill is not bad at all. So you have that. His stuff is purely... He's got no melee defense, so I'm going to stick him in reserve. Okay. No one else besides a caravan guard. I don't really want to hire a caravan guard. What's this? Gatherer's hut. Interesting. We need work. This is a really nice settlement. Right, they got a bunch of work. First of all, he's a refugee. Could grab him for a cheap price, but I want to see if there's any gear here that I need. I need shields, so tools are still expensive. Grab that shield. Grab that shield. Grab some clothing. Okay. That'll have to do us for now. You can have double nets. Double net seems a bit of a waste, to be honest. Here, you can have a net. We need work. What's this? Citizens find starving. Drive off brigands. Find the tomb of the old king somewhere in a region of... I'm going to try this one. Because we need to cash. They're up here. Okay. I've only got one range unit though, so we're going to have to be super aggressive on the attack. Six versus 8. No, so I say 7 versus 6. And they're going to attack straight away. So let's see. Disarm. Use the whip to a significant distance to temporarily disarm an opponent on a hit. A disarmed opponent can not only use any weapon skills, but may still use the other skills and move freely. Unarmed targets cannot be disarmed. We can hit him. So let's see. Split nose. The whip like cracks out and just splits it across his nose. He misses the second time though. Okay, so they're going to push that way, are they? Can go here, put up shield wall, but they'll push straight away. So let's spear wall here. They're really pushing hard. Get up here, delay, and let's start throwing stones into the middle of them. We missed multiple times, which is not fantastic. He's going to move up the support. You're going to go here and reinforce this flank. Ouch. Ripped into his shoulder and he screams as the pitchfork hits home. Cart artery. Missed both times, it's not great. Stabbed him in the windpipe. Ew, only 9% chance because of the range. He's bleeding, he's going to bleed and lose a bit of blood this turn, which is not great. Delay. Ouch. Broken arm. If we get here, we can get this off, which is excellent. Spin attack. Ooh, nasty hit. Move up. Killed him with a stone to the face. Gouged him in the neck and he's bleeding profusely. Missed with the whip. Missed that attack. Killed him. Cut his face wide open. Stabbed him. Let's move over here and try and disarm. Missed. Ah well. Crushed his head like a lemon. We've got a couple of injuries, which is not nice, but we got some stuff out of it. Nothing fantastic, to be honest. This is a very different start from the way we last played the campaign. Yeah, we're going to need more people. Strength a dozen men. I get the feeling we are going to go for a lot of people very quickly if we are not careful. So let's sell. Going to sell off the picks and the hand flail. Some of these. What do we need in return? Our tools. We're going for our tools pretty quickly. Ammo's okay for now. These guys are pretty banged up. How much is it going to cost me to get these guys healed? Bruise. That's okay, but it's the broken arm which is going to hurt, so I'm going to pay to get that fixed. Grab the refugee. I grabbed the refugee, right? Oh, did I just pay for the... Yeah, I paid for the tryout rather than the hire. That's my bad. So he's got Night Owl and he has Fear of Beasts, which isn't great because his resolve is pretty terrible anyway. But for the meantime, you can sit and reserve, my son, and get healed up. So, not a fantastic first start, but it could be worse. So, find the tomb somewhere around the region of the Bronze Flats to the north, a long way to the northwest. I need some time to think about it. Right, so we've got a bit of money. We'll run down here. Because stuff seems a bit cheaper, yeah. And tools seem to be a bit cheaper here, so we may be able to get some tools. Nah, they're not cheap anyway. Food. We need a little bit of food, unfortunately. And I will buy some tools at an exorbitant price. Because I need them. You're the cult of Kurnow? Easy there, I'm wearing a sword. If you wanted to kill you, I'd take the seat properly and wouldn't be the best route. A local councilman by name wishes to speak to you. Ruined abode. Find the ruined abode somewhere around the region, some way to the north. Yeah, let's take that. So what do they say? Northwest. Find a ruined abode in Thorn Vale. North. It's all the way up there. Man, that's a long way. How much money are we having? 56 already. There's a choke point already here. Someone's already been fighting. There's definitely going to be an interesting campaign, that's for sure. Find the ruins of the abode around the region of Thornvale to the northwest. So it's going to be somewhere around here. Ooh, cultist possession. Oh, they have cultists. But none are willing to join. Oh, I could get him, but I haven't got the money. No. I want more brothers. More brothers for the cause. So somewhere around here, perhaps. I know your search when I see one. You're looking for the ruined abbey, aren't you? Well, you're like, we're most coming from there. Here, give me your map and I'll show you just where you see it. It's in the steppes a long way to the south where you are now. So it's down here somewhere. Oh no, brigands. Many brigand thugs. So about folks, had to go and answer a phone call. Right, so many thugs, let's try this. Okay. Let's try for him. Come on. He's stunned. Excellent. He's not dead. Okay, let's get up here. Put that up. Relocate him up here to support. Have to be careful. These guys are going to be two-handing their weapons. We have to be very careful. Oh, we killed him at least. Oh, moved the wrong character. This is gonna suck. Move here to support. He can't do anything. It's not great. Let's go for him and try and kill him because he's going to be a threat to my guy up here. Ouch! Kill him, move to here. Gouge him in the eye socket. He's really blocking this guy. Man, he's really blocking. Push him back because I don't want him to die. At least we killed him. Got some levels up. Got some gear. Excellent. So, where are these ruins supposed to be? So to the flats. So he leveled up. So first things first, his morale is terrible. His health is terrible and his weapon skill needs improving. We are going to give you... Yeah, we'll give you the Colossus perk. He leveled up. That. Health, not so much. Range defense. And we shall pick you up. Fast adaptation. Because it works well with the sling. Right, so for you, morale, fatigue, and weapon skill. And you're going to take Colossus as well. That boost of HP that you need. Morale. Ew. Actually, cancel. It's going to have to be that, and 2 isn't great. but it's going to have to do. I'm going to do that health and that, because he's going to be a two-hander. And take Colossals. Let's see if we can actually find where we're supposed to go. Right, so we have that. We have that. We have a bit of gear. So whip is okay. Nothing outstanding. Take the hand flail. Yeah. So where's it says to the south of. If it's on this stupid island, I'm going to be really annoyed. It is. Oh wow, okay. And it's armed with it's full of zombies, so we couldn't even use it if we wanted to. Because my plan had been to loot the blinking place, but that went out the window very quickly. Yeah, we're going to run back to town, we turn the quest in. Bandit handout. Many thugs, a brigand raider. I will admit, folks, I tried 3 times to record this episode on... Was it 3 times? No, sorry. Is this... Right, so I've lost count of how many times I've tried to record this episode. I think this is my 3rd attempt to record the episode. And I've actually managed to get past day 3, well, day 5, which is nice. Get paid. Public executions. Raiding. All that jazz. Get a bit of food inside our units. Nothing here that we want. No one here we want to hire. Here. We're going to give everybody tattoos. There's some nice new tattoos, actually. All our cultists are going to get tattoos. For the god that waits. Oh, I have to apply them, don't I? Always forget we have to apply tattoos. And the rest will get tattoos when they convert. Okay, so with that done, this done. Man, this was a very tumultuous first episode, I have to admit. I haven't had such tense open in quite some time. It means the DLC is going to be good, though. He needs to get patched up. I mean, Web's interesting. Gonna give him the knife, though. Dagger. Well, dirk. Well, it's dagger. So it means that we can get past some armors. Anyway, folks, if you have liked, please put the like button. If you wish to subscribe, please press the subscription button. I've been Cornish-Knight, and this has been Battle Brothers, Warriors from the North. And boy, is the Cult of Kurno having a bit of a rough start. We need to get 4 more brothers in, well, 4 more cult brothers in, for us to get our first goal. And we shall see what happens from there. But man, this has been interesting. I've been Cornish-Knight, and I shall see you all again next time. Goodbye.